Have you ever eaten so much candy that you felt super hyper, and then really tired and kinda yucky afterwards? It's like your body is saying, whoa there, that's too much sugar. But for some people, that funny feeling happens a lot, and it's because of something called diabetes. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Imagine your body is a super cool car, but instead of running on gasoline, your car runs on a special kind of sugar called glucose. It's your body's superpower fuel. This super fuel comes from the food you eat. Not just from candy, but from healthy stuff too, like an apple, a piece of bread, or even a glass of milk. When you eat, your tummy acts like a super blender, mashing everything up into tiny bits. The glucose gets squeezed out and goes into your blood. Now, your blood is like a super highway, and it's packed with tiny cars, your red blood cells, that are delivering this glucose fuel to every single part of your body. They deliver it to your brain so you can think, to your legs so you can run, and to your heart so it can go thump, thump, thump. But the glucose fuel can't just jump out of the blood and into your muscles or brain by itself. The cells in your body are like little houses with locked doors. The glucose is knocking on the door saying, "Let me in, I'm your energy," but the door is locked tight. It needs a key, and that key is called insulin. Insulin is a special hormone made by a friendly little organ in your belly called the pancreas. Think of your pancreas as a tiny key factory that's always working. So, when you eat and glucose shows up in your blood highway, the pancreas factory sends out a bunch of insulin keys. The insulin floats over to the cell doors, fits right into the lock, and click, it turns the doorknob. "Come on in, glucose," it says. The glucose pours into the cell, and bam, the cell gets energy and you feel strong, happy, and ready to play. This is how it's supposed to work. But sometimes the key system gets broken, and that's what diabetes is. There are two main types, and they're both broken in different ways. Type 1 diabetes is like this. One day, the body's security guards, called the immune system, get confused. They think the pancreas key factory is a bad guy, so they attack the factory and break it. Now, the factory can't make any insulin keys. None at all. So, the glucose is knocking on the door, but there's no key to let it in. The glucose has to just stay outside in the blood highway, and all the cells inside are starving because they have no fuel. This kind often happens to kids, and it's not because they ate too much candy. It just happens, and we don't totally know why yet. Type 2 diabetes is a little different. In this case, the pancreas factory is still working and making keys, but the locks on the cell doors have gotten all rusty and gummed up from being used too much. The insulin key shows up and tries to unlock the door, but the lock is so rusty that the key won't turn. The janitor is there jiggling the key, but the door just won't open. This is called insulin resistance. The glucose still can't get in, so it just piles up in the blood. This type is often linked to not eating enough healthy food, not moving around enough, and sometimes it runs in families. In both types, the glucose fuel is stuck in the blood. Imagine pouring thick, sticky maple syrup into a water pipe. At first, the water might still flow, but soon the pipe gets all clogged and gunky. That's what too much sugar in the blood does. It can make the tiny pipes in your eyes, your feet, and your kidneys get sticky and damaged over time. That's why doctors help people keep their sugar levels just right. So, what does it feel like when your sugar is too high? You might be super thirsty all the time because your body is trying to water down the sugary blood. You might feel really tired because your cells are starving for energy. You might have to pee a lot because your body is trying to flush the extra sugar out. Sometimes your vision can get blurry because the sugar makes the little lenses in your eyes get puffy. It's your body's way of waving a big red flag and shouting, "Help! Our fuel system is broken!" But the most important part is, diabetes might be a big problem, but it has lots of big solutions. For kids with type 1, insulin is their lifeline. They get their missing keys back by taking insulin through special shots or a cool pump that gives it to them all day long. It's not a cure, but it helps their bodies work properly again. For people with type 2, doctors help them clean the rust off the locks. They do this by eating healthier foods, more veggies, less candy. Moving their bodies a lot, playing outside is awesome medicine, and sometimes taking medicine that helps the insulin keys work better. People with diabetes also become experts on their bodies. They check their blood sugar levels with a tiny finger poke or a neat sensor that sticks to their skin. It's like checking the fuel gauge in a car. They need to make sure they have just the right amount. And guess what? Millions of people with diabetes live amazing, full, and happy lives. They are astronauts, gold medal athletes, famous movie stars, and awesome kids at your school. They can still eat birthday cake. They just have to plan for it and balance it out. It's not about being perfect, it's about balance and being smart. Scientists are also working super hard every single day to find even better ways to help, and maybe one day, a cure. They're trying to build artificial pancreases, teach the immune system to be nice again, and all sorts of amazing things. So, what is diabetes? It's a condition where the body's key system for using sugar fuel gets broken. But with courage, support from doctors and family, and smart habits, it's a problem that people can handle. They don't just live with diabetes, they live full, wonderful lives in spite of it. If this helped you understand, give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can keep making big, scary-sounding things feel simple and friendly. Check our other videos too.